Well, we are Neville, but our grandma's Beaufort.
Oh, I do hope Beauforts did not kill King Richard.
No, because it was Swynford killed him. One of Katie's other sons called Tom.
Not fair. Tom was just a guard when they jailed Richard.
I heard Tom starved the king to death.
Forced by orders of King Henry IV.
It was Lancasters that murdered Richard II.
Why would our father leave us ignorant of this?
Better for future wives and powerful men to see the world only through their husband's eyes.
Henry doth claim the crown through John of Gaunt, the third surviving son, and York from the second.
And this because the first line was wiped out. Long live thy father, truly England's king.
But he is not thy king, till he be crowned.
What if they're hurt?
Or worse than hurt.
Let's dwell on York and triumphs, not on fear.
But Margaret's vicious.
She killed a couple that fell to fiddling with corpses.
Corpses?
Isabel means Gloucester and his wife.
Gloucester, the brother to Henry V, played with the dead.
Oh, why what trash you talk? They did not play with corpses.
They were tried for necromancy.
The Duke of Gloucester wed Eleanor Cobham.
Eleanor Common, and our father dubbed her.
Well, she practiced sorcery, summoning spirits from the dead to help her here. Demons' magic is against our Christian law. Necromancy, the word to prosecute witches, does not mean lusty fiddling with corpses.
We've been teased by father.
To make us laugh, he told us Gloucester diddled with the dead.
My nephew makes such jests to daughters.
Well, why not daughters?
You know it's not the same as sons.
This chart proves that York is king through Mortimer, but Mortimer is descended through a female.
What of that? The lily-livered French are afraid of women, forbid the female line, but we have no sailor claw.
Which makes us equal to enjoy the same rude jokes as men.
That law's not fair to girls in France.
Even so, Catherine Valois married the man she loved. Whittled by Henry V, she wed a favorite.
Owen Tudor. They say that his hair was black and his eyes were black and Celtic blood ran wildly through his veins.
They threatened him and threatened her, and still she wed the servant she adored.
There's no proof that couple ever married.
Your cousin, Peggy Beaufort, wed their son, and he claims Tudor is his lawful name.
Wise they would be to keep away from court.
But he's half-brother to Henry VI.
And half-bred a servant through that Owen Tudor. Oh, court can hold glories, but much grief for some.
Is true that Richard starved to death?
No, Richard was not a hardy specimen.
There's rumors he played around with men.
Who cares who plays with what?
But Gaveston...
Oh, that night-grown mushroom! Think not upon such creatures.
Piers Gaveston had something vile done to him.
And Richard, too. They stuck a burning poker where Gaveston had been.
What dost thou mean?
Uncle's royal rectum took the poker.
Thou hast the wrong king and wrong degenerate.
Which king was it then?
Edward II.
The father of our glorious Edward Turd? I'm sorry, Aunt, our glorious Edward III.
Edward II, whose wife usurped his throne?
'Tis she who took a lover because the king found much delight in backdoor sex.
Enough. Enough now, Isabel, on family filth. Recall the glories of Plantagenet.
But a poker up the arse, Aunt, does seem harsh.
Not harsh enough for some.
Oh, you mean Queen Margaret.
Oh, that strumpet brings the whole world into a bed. Some cleansing fire in her private parts would benefit the general population.
upon the death of his first wife, Richard wept mightily for his early loss.
Richard II.
I heard that too.
She died of plague.
My namesake Isabella replaced that wife.
From France.
But who was Richard's favorite male?
Oh, favorites can be dangerous. Made proud by princes. They sometimes act against the power that bred them, but Richard was not deposed by favorites, but because he had no wisdom in him.
Better than no poker in him.
Ah,
Brother from rival contrast.
Bigamy. In that unlawful bed they had little Edward, who our manners call the prince.
And thus, we urge the crown upon thy lawful self. England knows that you are not an Edward. You're not lolling on a lewd love bed, not dallying with a brace of courtesans,
On my knees in meditation.
praying to enrich our happy England.
Shall we wear these glories for a day, or shall they last?
Forever, let them last.
A pleasing cordial.
Cordially, my lord, I claim a gift. The titles and estates which you have promised me.
Dost thou resolve to kill a friend of mine?
I'll please you, but I'd rather kill two enemies.
Why, there thou hast it! Two deep enemies.
Oh, say on, my loving lord.
Buckingham, I say I will be king.
And so you are, my thrice renowned liege.
Am I king? Prince Edward lives, how am I king? Cousin, thou seemst dull. Shall I be plain? I wish the bastards dead.
The little princess in the tower?
Princess? The little bastards in the tower now that I haven't suddenly performed. Don't say it now, speak suddenly. Be brief.
Give me some little pause, some breath, my lord.
Oh, stop you for breath. Well, let it be so. Lord Stanley and his lady give me pause.
Mother she is to that Henry Tudor.
Henry VI prophesied that Henry Tudor should be a future king.
'Tis a thorn for us that his Tudor uncle keeps him safe in Brittany.
His grandfather was just a servant, but his father married my mother's cousin. That somehow leads him to the throne.
But his widowed mother, Peggy Beaufort, has married Lord Stanley, her family's friend.
Beaufort mothers. Having one myself, they always aim to reach the topmost point. Those Tudors are just peasants, but that mother is just another Beaufort with a lion.
My lord, concerning my earldom,
Let it rest. I am not in the giving vein today.
give me open means to see the princes, and soon I'll rid you of your fear of them.
Thou troublest me. I am not in the vein.
And is it thus? Repays he my deep servitude with such contempt? May I the king for this? Oh, beware, King Richard! My loyalty can take flight!
where's Clarence?
sat by while Edward threw England's dignity away. Too much food, too many women, too much everything, and with the stink of syphilis on his breath. I should be thanked for easing him from here.
Edward, as well as Clarence.
Good mother, for I am in haste, and now has other bodies thou he weeps upon.
The children.
The bloody act is done.
Oh, a grievous burden was thy birth to me. And now, oh, proud, subtle, sly, and bloody.
I have a touch of your condition.
I prithee let me speak.
You speak too bitterly. You let an adulterate, pox-ridden sloth sit on the throne. What would thou have next? A drunkard? Or maybe infants playing with their toys, allowing England another civil war where adult cousins fight their own cousins?
Oh, my crazed logic in some sense.
My wife is sick and like to die. I must marry my brother's daughter, or else my kingdom stands on brittle glass.
Murder her brothers and then marry her. Uncertain way of gain.
I am in so far in blood that sin will pluck on sin. Now I suspect that Henry Tudor aims at young Elizabeth, my brother's daughter, and by that knot looks proudly on the crown.
Then I will aid thee. For the house of York! Go, woo thy niece, and willingly. Oh, Margaret of Anjou. At last thy father's pawned the lands he owns, and hither have they sent him for thy ransom.
My cousin Louis and my God be thanked. Oh, damn you all! My son wed her daughter and died on the battlefield for York. My stepson Warwick died in a field for you. You'll soon leave here and go to France. Die in poverty in some convent there. Thou hast nothing of the Chaucer wit about thee. The German namesake of the wife of Bath made me and your husband laugh. When we would lie in bed together, Suffolk would moan he had to go back home to you. I never knew my grandsire, but I'm proud of many of his writings, those tales the least. I know you dallied with my second husband, and that Suffolk got the death he deserved, washed up on a beach without his traitor's head. He was not greatly missed, and soon replaced with Edmund Beaufort. Then with his two sons, what's next? A battalion of your army? Come, let's walk about the tower. The decor here. Don't let her get away.
They're coming from my brother Charles.
His Blessed Majesty of France, who warns the widows of dead kings are not safe in England. Your sister fled when they murdered Richard.
Richard II was not my Harry V, England's golden king.
That will not protect you against those cousins, Beaufort and Gloucester.
Beaufort is Gloucester's uncle, not his cousin.
Not an honest uncle. He's the bastard child of John of Gaunt. Those many Beaufort bastards are the strongest clan within this realm.
My husband and my son are from the beds of married mothers. The Lancasters descend from the wife of John of Gaunt, not his whore.
John of Gaunt. The heirs of this kingdom will come from his Beaufort bastards. Mark my words. This country honors Scotland. Push Catherine to France.
Charles would not accept me in the French court.
No one would accept you in any court. A Valois princess and some mad Celt? These French spies know exactly who you are.
Mad Celt enough to know.
You're Meredith. Your father fought against Lancastrian kings.
We had estates, could read and write. Meredith is not a name of shame.
But of danger.
Was no
Estates you have not now. Henry IV took all. Mon Dieu, he even took Wales from the Welsh. You'll have to forage for yourselves.
We know.
What did Gloucester want?
He's marrying his mistress.
Eleanor, the common whore? She brings no gold.
Gloucester's rich himself. He needs no gold.
English nobles are never rich enough. They dream of money and fights in foreign mud. They will hunt you down, a common Welshman, and kill your offspring.
Let them try.
What priest will even dare to marry you?
We'll see.
Will call your children by your made-up name?
My mother's family held the name of Meredith, and if we're blessed with children, they will hold that Welsh name proudly. We'll leave Henry here.
He's king. I'm not free to hold him in my arms without their knowing.
You'll stay in England.
Hiding with Owen for all the life that's left me.
God help you both. You that were the babe of Princess Catherine, now are King of England with a son.
My dear Ned, my dear father, Henry V, in heaven, before I knew thee, thou didst compound a boy half French, half English, but not a son to win the fleur-de-lis. I did not take the Turk by the beard. Constantinople fell, and in the self-same year, 100 years of war were lost as English kings no longer ruled in France. I am not proved the son of England's star, but pray for strength with squabbling uncles. Prosper this realm, keep it from civil broils.
Damn her! Henry, at your rosaries again? All thy mind is bent to holiness, while I must deal with Gloucester and his wife! Enough of this!
Here is Margaret, my queen.
Am I thy queen? In title and in style, yet must be made a subject to a duke? Tell me, dear husband, is this the guise? Is this the fashion in the court of England? Is this the government of Britain's Isle?
Gloucester is chief defender of the realm.
What? Is King Henry a pupil still under the surly Gloucester's governance? Besides this haughty protector Gloucester is old Beaufort, the imperious churchman who boasts he burned that Joan of Arc in France. And then we have the grumbling Duke of York, ever whining he has not power enough. Yet the Duke of Gloucester, Cardinal Beaufort, and even Richard, Duke of York, they all do more in England than thyself, dear king.
They are all powerful peers.
You let them be! Yet not all these do vex me half so much as that proud dame, the Lord Protector's wife. She sweeps it through the court with troops of ladies, more like an empress than the Duke Gloucester's wife. Strangers at court do take her for the queen. What? Oh, Eleanor Cobham, from common stock, contemptuous, base-born callant as she is, shall I not live to be avenged on her?
She was not born to court behavior.
A courtyard is behavior that she knows. And on the corner of that courtyard, I'm sure the local whores could tell us well what Nellie sounds.
Meg, Eleanor is married to my uncle, and striking her as if she were a servant.
That misadventure by accident occurred. As she reached down to fetch my fallen fan, viewing her backside, I thought she was some drudge.
It injures her, and it injures him that loves her. And then, as I love them, it injures me. My Uncle Gloucester guided my young years. Unlike my other uncles who thought it their daily duty, he rarely beat me. For his kindness, I wish you'd shown kindness.
Sire, thou art of years. What needs your grace to be protected by your uncle?
He fears my welfare.
Do I not care about thy welfare? The distrust that Gloucester and his wife engender about me to every ear that listens is why you see resentment in a loving wife. And 'tis not only Margaret who fears their malice.
My uncle's high position gains him foes, but none will turn my mind against him, so long as he is loyal, true, and crimeless.
God forbid any malice should prevail or condemn a man who's faultless.
My thanks, Margaret. These words content me much.
I understand the idol that men make of Henry V, the golden warrior king. I understand your need to speak with him. There is a Henry you can see with pride. Here is a Henry he can see with pride. Here is my Henry VI. I love with pride.
Pride, St. Augustine tells us, is a sin. And pride's toppled England from holy grace.
How canst thou see such things, my lord? Or think them?
There are dying soldiers who have confessed that though it happened many years ago, they fear the curses of the French girl, Joan, not knowing if she was a witch or a saint. My Uncle Beaufort laughs at me and says he watched her wicked heart melt in the flames, but sleeping, I dream the terror of her death and wonder with Jesus upon his actions.
Pucelle was a rebel and a peasant. The French king and Burgundy rejected her.
And then there is the subject of my throne. Richard II, by divine right, was king. My grandsire killed him. Does God forget that Henry IV should not have had the crown? Does Henry VI pay for it now with his suffering?
Did Henry V pay for it with his glories? No. Our Savior perceived that Richard II was a wasteful man and welcomed Henry's. Think of the fortress of faith we must build around our Ned, our prince, our future king. Do not say these things abroad.
I won't. But in Chantry I will ponder them. My hand would free thee, but my heart says no.
Oh! Edmund! I've no time for this.
Annoyed at Eleanor, I will cure you of the Duchess.
How?
Well, she's furious now since that you hit her. She'll gallop fast enough to her destruction.
She is a mule, stubborn spirit.
Spirit is an operative word, my lord.
Your meaning?
Well, she dances, and she grovels on the ground with witches. There's a gaggle of them meet in secret places, but now we hear she's so determined for your destruction, there's to be a meeting at her home tonight, wherein some lords that feel as we do can capture her, arrest her, and see she taints her husband with her foulness.
A sorry breakfast for my Lord Protector.
Now Henry will only have you to lean upon, no Gloucester.
We may get Eleanor to burn, but the king will labor to save the Duke. This Gloucester must be quickly rid the world.